Well, hello, my Algebra 1 students. I hope everything's going okay. Remember, tomorrow at noon, Friday at noon, I'm checking the 2 assignments due. I gave you more time because Schoology's been having trouble. If you're having trouble, email me. You can go to the school website, or it's murphyp@divinechildhighschool.org. But, now, the first assignment, 12 out of 15 people have done so far. And the second assignment, 4 out of 15 have done it and turned it in, I should say. Maybe you did it, but you didn't turn it in. So if you go to Schoology, it's the 2 assignments below the quiz. So you might want to get that done today. Let's start with a little review. Here's 4 problems. Freeze the computer and do them. And then turn me back on. Okay, now notice these two sort of look the same, but no, this has a plus, which makes the problem totally different. No pluses or minuses, you can just square both things. 2 squared is 4, and the square root square cancel each other out, so it's just 3. And 4 times 3 is 12. This one, since you have a plus, you have to write it twice to make it nice. Let me move it up a little. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times square root of 3 is 2 square root of 3. 2 square root of 3. And square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 4 square root of 3. Okay, I'm going to distribute the square root of 5, so it'd be square root of 25, 5 times 5, and square root of 50. Square root of 25 is 5, because there's 2 5s in 25. And 50 is 25 times 2, and the square root of 25 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times minus square root of 6. 2 square root of 6. And minus square root of 36. Woohoo. So square root of 36 is 6. 2 minus 6 is -4, and minus square root of 6 plus 2 square root of 6 would be plus 1 square root of 6, or square root of 6. I have 2 more for you to do, and then turn me back on. So square root of 3 times square root of 6 is square root of 18. Square root of 3 times square root of 10 is square root of 30. That's square root of 12, and that's square root of 20. So 18 is 9 and 2, so we can break that up. 30 does not have a perfect square. 12 is 4 and 3. And 20 is 4 and 5. So this would be 3 square root of 2 plus square root of 30 plus 2 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 5. Now notice, sometimes we combine a lot. Sometimes you can't combine anything. We got a 5, 3, 32, nothing in common. Now, this last one, it kind of looks, there we go. We just simplify. 12 is 4 and 3. And 300 is 103. So this would be square root of 4 is 2, times 2 is 4. And square root of 100 is 10. 10 times 5 is 50, square root of 3. And hey, they both have the same radicand, so we can combine them. Good job if you're doing it. Now, we're going to do dividing today and tomorrow. But I'm just going to break it up into small parts. They got a little happy with this. Someone made a rule that you cannot have a radical in the denominator. So if I have 1 over the square root of 5, I can't have that square root in the bottom. So the question is, how do you get rid of it? Well, first we want to simplify if possible, but you can't simplify the square root of 5. So how would I get 2 of these? Well, I'm just going to multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 5. So I'd have 2 of them, because the square root of 2 of the same thing is that thing. So 1 times square root of 5 is square root of 5. And square root of 5 square root of 5 is square root of 25, which simplifies to 5. So if you just have the square root of a prime number on the bottom, you just multiply by that number with the square root. So if I have 1 over the square root of 3, I would go square root of 3 over square root of 3. It'd be square root of 3 over square root of 9, which is square root of 3 over 3. So if I had 6 over the square root of 10, well, again, I can't simplify the square root of 10. I can't break it down any, so I would just multiply the top and the bottom by square root of 10, which would be 6 square root of 10 over square root of 100, which is 6 square root of 10 over 10. I can reduce this. There's no plus or minus, so I can just reduce it. So 2 goes into both, so this would be 3 square root of 10 over 5. It's called rationalizing the denominator. We're getting rid of the square root, which is irrational, and we're changing it so the bottom is rational. Now, it's okay for the top numerator, bottom denominator, but top numerator, it's okay to have a square root there, but they said, hey, we don't want a square root in bottom. So try just 2 for me. 1 over the square root of 7, and 9 over the square root of 6. Do those 2. So square root of 7, that's prime, can't do anything with it, so square root of 7 over square root of 7, which is square root of 7 over the square root of 49. You just multiply, and the square root of 49 is 7. Here, again, 6 is prime, so you just multiply the top and the bottom by square root of 6. Woohoo! Wow, is that dark there? So I reduce it. Oh, wait, it's frozen. Froze up on me there for a second. Sorry about that. So I reduce it. 3 goes in the top and the bottom. So it'd be 2 square root of 6. I messed up. It'd be 3 square root of 6. Ooh, it's too early in the morning. Over 2. So sorry about that. Little boo-boo at the end. Made it all the way to the end. Now, I was going to make a second video, but I got to thinking, you guys have been doing really well. Make sure you watch the videos every day. So tonight is catch-up day. Tomorrow's our quiz. So tonight is catch-up. Get the 2 homework assignments done and in Schoology, due by tomorrow noon. And you might want to look at previous videos so you can do well on the quiz without having to think too much. So, hey, have a good day. Bye.